All right, let's dive into one of the most incredible stories ever told. It's an epic saga about a mortal king who walked so closely with God that heaven literally came down to get him. This is the story of Enoch, a man whose life blurs the line between our world and the cosmos, and whose departure changed everything. And this is where it all kicks off. Imagine your king, a ruler for centuries, just casually announcing his own departure from Earth. He tells everyone, hey, I'm heading to heaven, just not sure of the exact date. Talk about a bombshell. This mystery sets the stage for his final, world-altering days among his people. Okay, so our first section, the withdrawing king's wisdom. Now, Enoch had already been on the throne for 243 years when he started to, well, pull back from everyone. This wasn't him abandoning his people, not at all. It was the beginning of a profound spiritual transformation, a choice to serve God so completely that it started to literally reshape him. And you can actually see this withdrawal happening in stages. At first, he'd teach every 3 days. Then he'd only appear every 7. Soon, it was just once a month, and then only once a year. The closer he got to the divine, the more distant he became from the world, until seeing him was less like a royal address and more like witnessing a rare comment. And here's where things get really wild. This separation wasn't just spiritual, it had a physical effect. Enoch's face began to shine with such a powerful divine light that people became genuinely terrified to even get near him. We're talking kings, princes, everyone. They were so filled with awe and fear, they couldn't even look at him directly. It was like trying to stare right into the sun. Now, while Enoch is on this incredible path to heaven, there's another story, an ancient one, that's about to wrap up. An old debt is finally being paid. Yep, we're talking about Cain, the first murderer. His story is about to reach its quiet, inevitable end, not with a bang, but with a kind of cosmic balancing of the scales. And boy, does this quote just nail it. You remember how Cain killed Abel, right, with a stone? Well, in the end, it was the stones of his very own house that collapsed and killed him. No human was involved. It was just perfect, poetic justice, the weight of his own actions finally coming back around. All right, next section. A call and a legacy. So, with that old business settled, the story snaps right back to Enoch. His transformation is almost done, and now heaven itself makes its move. A voice cuts through the veil between worlds, and, well, everything is about to change forever. So picture this. Enoch is in the middle of teaching his people, and then, boom, a voice thunders down from the sky, calling him by name. It's a summons. He is to ascend and reign over the sons of God in heaven, just like he reigned over humanity on earth. The call has been made. The clock is officially ticking. So what do you do when you know you're leaving the planet for good? Enoch doesn't panic. He goes into overdrive. He gathers everyone, and I mean everyone, and just pours out every last bit of wisdom, every law, every piece of knowledge he has, trying to set up a lasting peace that can survive without him. Then, in a quieter, more intimate moment, he does one last crucial thing. He takes the original garments that God himself had made for Adam and Eve, these incredible symbols of sacred authority, and he passes them to his son, Methuselah. The torch of leadership, the righteous mantle, is officially passed. And now we get to the main event. The heavenly horse departs. This isn't just a quiet exit. Oh no, this is a full-blown spectacle. The heavens literally open up, and a sign appears for the entire world to see. The final journey is about to begin. As Enoch is speaking his final words to the people, a massive horse just descends out of the sky. It moves through the air and lands right in front of him. There's absolutely no mistaking what this is. This is his ride. This is the final, undeniable sign that his time on earth is up. Now get this number in your head. 800,000. That is how many people, kings, princes, regular folks, were so loyal to Enoch that when he got on that horse, they decided to follow him on foot. An absolutely unprecedented procession of nearly 1 million people. For 6 straight days, this massive crowd walks with him, and every single day, Enoch stops and pleads with them. Please turn back. You might die if you keep following me. But they refuse. Their loyalty is just unshakable. On the 6th day, the ones who are left simply say, only death will part us from you. So after this unbelievable 6-day trek, Enoch finally crosses the threshold of the mortal world, but his ascent isn't instant. No. First, he enters a kind of transitional space, a sacred place where the border between heaven and earth is thin enough to step through. He's brought to the Garden of Eden itself, and there he's given a new role. He becomes a divine scribe, tasked with recording the history of humanity and the coming judgment. He burns incense in the sanctuary, standing right at the very center of God's foremost holy places on earth. And then, on the 7th day, the final moment arrives. From the heart of Eden, Enoch is taken. He doesn't just vanish. He is swept up in a massive whirlwind, surrounded by horses and chariots made of pure fire, a blazing, brilliant spectacle that rips across the sky as he finally ascends to heaven. The second he crosses over, it's just total sensory overload. What he sees is completely beyond human understanding, a realm of impossible buildings, living light, and more celestial beings than you could ever count. I mean, he sees structures made of crystal, with tongues of living fire flowing between them, rivers of flames are everywhere, and there, guarding the very throne of God's glory, are the seraphim, the cherubim, and thousands upon thousands of angels who never sleep. It's a vision of pure, awe-inspiring, and frankly, terrifying majesty. So as Enoch is being welcomed into this unimaginable glory, the story's tone back on Earth shifts hard. The light is gone, and in its place, a deep, profound emptiness and a chilling silence falls over the world he just left. Just look at this contrast. In heaven, you've got fiery chariots, shining angels, and divine glory. But back on Earth, at the exact spot where he ascended, there's nothing now but a huge, silent field of snow and massive blocks of ice. All the warmth, all the guidance, it's just gone. Of course, the kings who had turned back eventually returned to that spot. They're desperate to find any trace of Enoch, or especially the men who had refused to leave his side. They dig through all the snow and ice, but they find nothing. The men are gone. Enoch has truly ascended. So Methuselah takes the throne, and he rules with the same righteousness as his father. But you can see it here, it just wasn't enough. Without Enoch's direct line to the divine, humanity's faith just nosedives. They become corrupt, violent, and as a result, the land itself seems to turn on them. The harvest completely fails, and a terrible famine begins. And that leaves us with a really powerful final thought, doesn't it? Enoch wasn't just a king. He was a living bridge between heaven and earth. So when that bridge is gone, when that connection is severed, is the memory of righteousness enough to keep a world going? Or is a fall into darkness pretty much inevitable?